Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. Don't think this car needs much of an introduction, does it? I think if anyone who knows a Tamiya, you know what this car is instantly. This was Tamiya's 58th, or was it 59th? 59th RC car, 58059, and it's probably one of the most famous RC cars of all time across all the manufacturers. So before we get into this video on the bottom of the screen, I'll put a link to it in the description. If you've not watched that video, I suggest you stop this one, go to the description and click on it and watch it, because it goes through this car right from the beginning of picking it up for a friend, the journey, the collection, bringing it back, doing some little jobs on it, getting it out, doing a running video, and I go through the difference in the boxes, the decals, lots of little comparisons. So if you've not seen it, I suggest you click on that, because it covers everything 959. But if you have seen it, or you've just come back after watching it, hello. So in this video we're going to paint it, and I've been putting it off for a long time. So it's all original. The decals are okay, but it needs a new set. I'm not going to get a new set. I like it how it is because it's 100% original. The decals will look worse when it's painted, actually, but they're not. Look how old it is, you know, it's not that bad. But this is quite a paint job. Obviously it's two colours main. You've got your blue and your white, but it's got so much detail in it. And if you've ever had an original 959 shell, you'll know just how thin and brittle these things are. So I'm really not looking forward to this one. The driver cockpit's all been painted already, but there's little bits of black, orange, red, white, silver, more silver at the front. Yeah, this is going to be a mission. But at the end of it, I'm going to hopefully have something rather special. We've got the original manual for it as well. Just a superb thing. It's probably the best thing I've got in my collection, if I'm honest. And at the end of this video, if all goes to plan, I'm finally going to get the original 959 at the side of my Porsche 911 GT1 959 tribute car. And I've been desperate to get this one painted and put those two cars together, because I think that's going to be a little bit special, if I'm honest. So that's enough talk. Let's bring a camera over and have a look at what we got to do. Right, so that's a close-up of the car. As you can see, there's a lot of wrinkles in the decals. Again, I don't really care, if I'm honest. I'm not, even because this car's so valuable, I don't need it to be absolutely mint. The chassis is mint, but the fact that it's all original, I don't know, I like it. So I think the first thing, this is going to be a nightmare, honestly. This is right up there with probably the hardest body I've done. Getting into it to mask all these tiny little areas is a nightmare. All this fold around here, where you got this big grill. Sorry, you got that's black, that bit's black. You got orange there. You've got this big unit underneath that folds right round. That's got to be silver. There's door handles to get on. Anyway, it's going to be pretty relentless, if I'm honest. But as I say, at the end of it, I might have something rather special. So first thing to do is strip the shell and get all the bits off. Alright, let's get cracking. I thought quickly I'd just show you the chassis, just in case any people who don't know this car. What a thing this is. It's got a Technigold in the back. Oh, I'm holding it by the bumper. Beautiful Technigold. I'll show you how mint this thing is. Look at that. Absolute minter. It's quite a thing from back in the day, this. So first things to take off, there's the, I was going to say LED lights, but not LED, the filament, it's that old. So I've got to take that section out at the front. Then there's a cockpit to come out, there's exhausts, there's mirrors, there's these top lights. Oh, right, anyway, let's get cracking. Right, so that's all the bits off. So as we go, I mean, I'm just going to tick these off one by one. Right now I've no idea how I'm going to tackle it. But we've got the mirrors to paint. There's the top lights to paint. I think off memory, I haven't got my mirrors in, so I'm going to have to put some silver on there with a bit. Oh god. Anyway, mirrors are black, and then obviously there's the silver for the mirror. The lights, top lights are white, but then the two squares are painted in red. I've got a sneaky feeling, but I'm going to have to check, that on the complete box art, this surround here was like done in black. I probably wouldn't do that if I'm honest, because I enjoy seeing the silver, but we'll come to it eventually. That's the cockpit, and to be honest, let's see if I can pick this up. This is very brittle. Let's see if I can pick this up. But as you can see, that's had a very good paint job, and he's got his co-driver's got his map there. But as you can see, it's split there already. It's the top lights that go through the roof that hold that up at the back. Anyway, yeah, we've just got to be very gentle with it, to be honest. And then we've got the shell itself. Now there's a little crack here. I think there's a little crack. Yeah, there's same crack on both arches, which is really common for this car because the whole front end is stretched to fit over one of the bumpers. Not the greatest. So looking at it now, it's had these little bits of silver painted already. Presume that's box art. Again, I'll have to check. It's the back window's been painted, but it's very ropey. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I am. I'm going to have to tidy that up with some polycarbonate cleaner. But I think what we're going to have to do is, I could go all the way around it and take the edge off, but what I'm thinking is just take it, get all along that, like stuff like that off, and then when it's finished, just go around that window with line tape, and it'll tidy it up. It'll look perfect, to be honest, because I'm going to have to use line tape on here, on the window surrounds already. That's going to be a bit of a nightmare on there. Is that decal in the right place? The back, both back side windows are black as well. That grille's been painted black, but as you can see, that's a bit of a mess. Yeah, oh my god, that is a bit of a mess. But yeah, we're just gonna have to touch it up. This is gonna be such a long process. Right, I'm gonna go away off camera and figure out where I'm gonna start. Right now I'm thinking these two black bits and that black bit, and then while we're there, possibly the side windows, because it's a little bit further away, we'll tidy that up. And I've got a sneaky feeling that this has to be a colour as well. Don't look much at, but then when you turn it over and you look, that's what you got to get into. This might be something. I'm just looking at the manual now. It does look like it's a different colour. That might be something I do in a paint pen on the outside. Because, anyway, I'm dribbling on. Right, let's make a start. Well, this is fun. Not. God, this is going to take me way longer than I thought a good 2 days. But anyway, so I'll tell you what I'm after, or what I'm trying to do. So these two segments here are black. So I've masked round. There's a lot of decal on the outside already. So I've just sort of masked up. We're going to paint those two black now. Now, at the same time, this bit here is supposed to be black, but I cannot. This is so brittle, really brittle, and there's little cracks in it, and I just can't get masking tape in there. So what I'm going to do is, on this area here, I'm going to go around on the outside with a paint pen. Sorry, the cat's making a load of noise. I'm going to go around with a black paint pen and do the edges, and then I'm going to paint it on the outside black. Once it's done, you won't have a clue. But yeah, as I say, I'm not going to struggle. It's hard enough, this shell, and I'm not going to struggle doing things that I'm not comfortable doing. So that'll be those two sections. Next up, I've done both the rear quarter windows, or whatever you call them, just masked round there. So again, they're black. I've been around with Tamiya polycarbonate cleaner on the rear window, and I've got the majority of the stuff that really would have been seen. But again, it's difficult to say when you've got the masking tape on, but I'm going to do it on the outside. I'm going to go around that with black line tape, and that'll really tidy that area up. It's going to be a bit difficult sort of doing it from the inside, so it's a little bit of a bodge, but I am kind of bodging, to be honest. And then there's this bit that's been painted already, and for whatever reason the paint's either come off or they just didn't go far enough. So again, mask round that. Again, a lot of that's covered with decal already, but you can see here that's where the paint's got to get into. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so there's 5 areas now to get the black on, so we may as well just continue with this and let's get some paint on it. Right, that's almost all the black on, a couple of coats. This is not going to be perfect, guys, but I'm hoping by the end of it, with using the magic of line tape, then I can have it something like... I'm finding it difficult. The body's very brittle. Like, I don't want to touch it. The mask, to get into mask certain things is a nightmare. Anyway, window's done, but that's definitely going to have line tape around it, both sides. The main thing that was already painted, I've tidied that up, as I said, so that's going to have line tape. That'll be fine. Now that one's finished, that looks reasonably okay. Front end, those 2 bits are now done, and the one on the big one, but again probably need a little bit of line tape across there. So I'm just sort of letting that dry at the moment, and we're wondering what's the next thing to do. See, the whole windows frames should be painted in black. I do not have the masking skills to do that, so hence why I'm not overly concerned with this section, because I'll tidy it all up at the end with line tape. I'm going to cheat on the back end. These bits here should be black, but to try get that masked on the inside, I think it's going to be a nightmare. So what I'm going to do is, what colour will that be? That's going to be blue. So I'm just going to leave those on both sides. It'll be blasted over with blue, and then I'm going to go around on the outside with a paint pen. I'll just get the lines so much crisper if I do that. Just looking at the manual. So there's those 2 little lights on the roof, and it's saying that those are black as well. I mean, just to give you some idea how difficult this is, these 2 little mouldings here, so it's wanting you to paint that black. Now the top's come off that. That one's secure, but that one's come off. But could you imagine trying to get paint into that? Absolute nightmare. So again, what I'm going to do is, that's going to be white, isn't it, when it's finished? So yeah, I'll put masking on the outside. We'll blow over it in white, and then with a paint pen, I'll go around the outsides afterwards. Wow. And then back on. So as I said, oh yeah, we've got a door handle to do now. They do the door handles black, box art's black, but I'm going to go for silver. I saw a picture on Google of one with silver, and I really liked it. So yeah, we've got that to do. We've got the orange on the main light at the front. In fact, that's what I'll do next. I'll mask both these fronts off, and we'll get some orange on there. And then apart from the big section at the front, that's white, or it gives you an option of yellow as well. I've seen it in both. Well, I've seen it in white, silver and yellow, and they all look great. I've got all those colours, but I think we'll go with white on that. So that's what we'll do. We'll concentrate on the 2 orange. I'll show you. The 2 orange. Oh my goodness, where is it? There. So that's all got to be orange either side, and then this big section here that's cracking every time I bloody touch. Look how soft it is. Oh, so that's got to be white. So let's concentrate on that section next. Right, complete change of tact. I'm really struggling with this. I've been trying for the last half an hour to get masking tape in this section. It's got 2 cracks in the arches that I told you about, and this is so thin. And every time I touch it, I'm putting little cracks in it, little hairline cracks. It's just an absolute nightmare. And I'm supposed to get masking right in round there. That ain't happening. So I'm really going to bodge this one, I'm afraid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the different colour details. I'm going to paint them on the outside once the blue and the white's on. I can't do it any other way. I still think it'll look superb, don't get me wrong, but it's not probably going to look as good as it should. But it's more important for me right now. It's more important to me to have the car as intact as I can keep it. I don't want to keep putting this pressure on these certain bits, taking masking on and off and putting extra cracks in it. I'm just not into that at all. So I'm going to do this the safest way I can. As I say, I still think it's going to look great when it's finished. So what I'm going to do next is, it's not really coming across on camera. Right, let me show you the outside of it first. So this section here, see how it's angled right round? So I'm going to run masking around the outside of that, and then I'm going to blast white into that. That's going to take a bit to get paint in there. But that whole section's got to be done white. So I'll get that done next, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the masking across the gold lines all the way around, mask all the inside off, and then I'm going to clean all the outside where the PS5 blue's got to go, and then I'm just going to put all that blue on in one hit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then what I can do while that's drying, I can start to mask the outside up, because it's going to be way easier to do it on the outside. And I'll put like the little bits of black and orange and whatever other colours it's got. It's going to be way easier. Oh, right now it seems like I've bitten off way more than I can chew, and yeah, I'm not enjoying this right now. I'm just arguing myself as I'm doing this whether I'm doing the right thing or not. I don't see an alternative, to be honest. Right, let's carry on. Right, latest bit of progress to show you. So we've got, be careful where I hold this now. So we've got that white section done, as you can see all around there. So that's drying now, but that took quite a lot to get the paint in. That's had a couple of coats, so I'm happy with that. I also found it had quite a nasty crack, about 12mm long across there, which is a bit unfortunate. It had some transparent tape on holding it together, and I'd never realised. So I've taken the tape off from the inside, and I've just sort of taped it, held it in place with masking tape. It may well come off, I don't know. What else we've done? So starting at the back. So the next stage, as I say, I'm going to put the blue on. These circles here, I'll put with black paint pen on the outside. The lights, again, there's 3 colours, red, white and orange, I think it is. I'll do them on the outside. And then these sections here, again, I'll do those in black paint pen on the outside. So that's the back end finished. I've done the silver door handles on either side. They don't look bad. And then if we get to the front, so I'm happy with these black, and I'm happy with that. And if I turn this over, you can see the white that I've put on now. Most of that's not actually seen, but it'll stand out a lot more once the blue goes on. And then again, this little section here should be black. Again, do it on the outside, and then that will be long one should be orange. So that's where we're up to. So what I'm going to do now, bear in mind this body's 30 plus years old and it's been run, there's dirt in there. I do not, obviously with the decals, and some decals are lifting, I cannot put this in hot soapy water. I just daren't do it. So I'm just going to get a little bowl of warmish soapy water, and I'm just going to go around just where the blue's going on, and try clean it best I can. Then we'll dry it, and then we'll start the masking process, which is just on the goal line. So it's going to be a bit of a mission to mask all that and then we'll cover the whole inside up, and then obviously it's a case of just starting to put coats round the outside of blue. Whew, that's the plan anyway, so let's see if I can get it clean first. Right, this is where we're up to. So obviously again on the gold line all the way around with mast all out. Put a bag in there. Hopefully I've covered everything, but you never quite know. That back end's a bit of a nightmare as well to mask. I am slightly concerned about that, but we will see. Blue. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect, this, and the reason why is because I don't want to cut the decal on the wing to take the wing off. I want to leave it on. I think what's going to happen is obviously this is all blue, so blue's going to come around there, but you're not going to get it into there. Oh, we might get a bit, but I think the back end's not going to be great. Anyway, it is what it is right now, this thing. So now what I've got to do, I've got to go around all the bloody edges and put masking tape around. Wow. Right, so I've a couple of coats of paint. There's not enough blue on, I'm aware of that, but I'm really struggling to get it on. Obviously it's got no protective outer, so I've got to be really careful not to get paint on the outside. I'll let it dry before I take the outside off, or the inside even, but you'll get the gist of it. Looks way different, doesn't it, when you get some paint in it? So fingers crossed, the lines should be good. Can't really go wrong when it's got decals on already, can you? Famous last words. But yeah, the back end, I don't know, we'll see. The worst bits are going to be these corners. But as I say, we'll put some lines on or something. The wing should have really come off, but as I say, don't want to do that. Front end looks pretty decent with the black and the white. Doesn't look bad at all. So yeah, what we'll do now is we'll just we'll let it harden overnight. Did I show you the door handles? Silver, not fantastic, but not the worst either. The big problem I'm going to have to be really aware of is I'm going to have to mask the blue before I put the white on, because there's not enough paint on it. If I don't mask it and I spray white, the blue will have little bits of specks of white in it, and we don't want that. So yeah, again, this one is what it is. But right now, that's not what you want to do. But right now, given where I was with it when I started, I'm a little bit more upbeat about that now. When you start to see it sort of come to life a little bit. And I'll tell you what I might do as well in the future. I might buy the whatever blue it is in the brushable paint, and then I can go over with a brush carefully where there's not enough blue, if that makes sense. I mean, there's nothing missing, is there? You know, it's just if you held it up to the light or whatever. Anyway, I'm babbling. So I'll leave that for tonight, and then we'll take the masking out and we'll see how it looks in the morning. Right, day 2. Right, what can I show you? So from the last clip, obviously all the masking's off. I've had to do quite a lot of bodging work, getting little bits of paint off here and there. So let's move it back a little bit. What I've done, I've cleaned up all the lines on the inside. I had some masking leaks. This shell's got a lot of tiny ridges, like that door line there goes all the way across, and I didn't pay enough attention to that, and what I should have done was sealed it with my nails when I put the masking on, and I didn't, I just put it over. So lesson learned there, but I had to go and clean it all up for when the white goes on, but that's ready to go all the way around the front, the sides. Oh no, I'll go on to the back in a minute. That didn't work very well. So the white end painted on the outside is finished. I'll show you this front end. So as I say, that's finished. I put the black on the outside, those lights or grills, whatever they are. That's black paint pen. So that front end's finished apart from that big orange light on either side, which I'm going to do at the end when the white's on. Sides, they're finished. Now the back end, I had trouble with it. The blue was supposed to finish right on the ridge, and that was supposed to be white. But I don't know if the polycarbonate's contaminated or what, but I've cleaned it with different things. I've gone over it with polycarbonate cleaner to try clean it off, but just really struggling. So I masked. It's probably easier to see on the inside. So what I did was I decided to put the line there instead of further up, which has given me a little bit of a better line here. Not much. I will have to tidy that up, and I'll do that with line tape. But yeah, it's better than it was. I've put, again, black paint pen. I put the black on the sides, either side, and I've also, you can't really see it against the blue, those little circles are now finished off. So again, all that needs now is this rear light doing on either side, which has got 3 colours. I think it's white, red and orange. Again, that the lights will be the last job. So next up now is I need to clean it all, dry it, and then I'm going to mask the 3 windows up and the 2 lights at the front, which is going to be a bit of a mission. So we'll get that masked up, and then what's next after that? And then once that's done, I have to remask on the gold line where the blue is, because as I said, I don't want the white paint to touch the blue. I don't want any white speckles anywhere. So I'll do all that now, and then I'll come back before I paint it. Right, that's the next stage done. So we've masked all 3 windows best I can. And I honestly can't tell you, just pressing on this plastic is stressing it. It's an absolute nightmare. Anyway, they're done. Now, what happened here was I was struggling to get the masking on the front lights. It's got a really big ridge that runs around it, and I thought that'd be quite good to sort of feed it round with my thumb, but it was the opposite for some reason. Could be contaminated, I don't know. Anyway, I just had a little bit of an idea, and I don't know if this is going to work, but I remember I had some MCI decals left over from the 911 GT1 Tribute 959 I did. So I went and dug the decals out, and I've cut them out, and I'm going to try them as masking. No idea if that'll work. If it doesn't, then we'll need to get some Tamiya polycarbonate cleaner on, but we'll see how that goes. So the next stage for that is obviously now to mask all the way around the blue and bring it over the sides so I can spray the white on. Now, because I found those MCI decals, guess what's coming next? The MCI decals come with the lights, so I've just used the orange lights on the front as decals. I probably will at some point take them off and paint them, but I just thought for now that's a really quick way of doing it, and they look alright, to be honest. And then obviously did it on the back as well. So yeah, I may leave them on, or I may paint at a later date, but right now, because this seems to be taking forever, that was just a quick fix to get it running right. Get it running right? What does that even mean, Glenn? Yeah, I've also gone over the area to be painted with polycarbonate cleaner because it had speckles of paint on. I've no idea once we get the white on what you know what white's like. It shows up everything. So I don't think I've missed anything, but there's little marks here and there. This should be fun. What I'll do now, actually, because I'm just looking at this, I'll just go around and mask the outside holes up to seal it. Right, so next time you see it, we'll have the white paint on. Fingers crossed. Right, so obviously that's the paint on. It's still tacky, so I've got to leave it now. There are some blemishes, a little bit of blue speckle down here. I think there's another bit somewhere on that roof there. But I'm not overly bothered, if I'm honest. That's something I can fix later. And I know it's the time to do it is now, but I'm just going to carry on and get it finished. I lifted a bit of blue for some reason on the door handle, so I've got to touch that in. The blue with the white over the tops come out alright. No dramas with that. I'm not obviously taken that masking out yet, but yeah, it looks okay. Got a lot of detail work to do though. What I didn't notice, black line down here. So one of the previous owners have obviously put a detail line down. So I wasn't planning to do that, but now I'll have to. I'll try do it with a black paint pen because the ridges are quite good. So that goes. I'll have to put the window edges on first, and then we'll do a line straight down. I was gonna maybe draw that one across, but I don't know. We'll see. But it'll definitely need those two lines going down to tidy it up. Tidy that windscreen up. Put new surrounds on the sides, and then put a new surround on that back window to tidy that up. They've got to go black yet. Downstairs I've got the two lights painted in white, and I've got the two mirrors painted in black. So yeah, we're definitely getting there now. I'll go see if I can finish those lights off next while we're waiting for this to harden, but I don't want to take that masking out until it's completely cured. But I think all in all, given what it was, that ain't bad so far. And I think from now on, it can only get better, if that makes sense, with the little bits I do to it now. Anyway, let's crack on. Right, so that's the roof lights done. White and then just the two red lights on each. And as I say, I blasted over the wing mirrors, and I've just done the silver in paint pen. So that's done. So now just need to sit and wait for that shell to dry. Right, that's the masking out. So that's kind of all the paint done. It's still a little bit soft on the inside, but yeah, as I say, that's it. I touched that door handle up. What else is there? That's it really. So from here on in, hopefully we can make it look a little bit better now. So and I've not removed the light masking yet, so that could be an issue. But given the angle I had to spray it at, it's quite heavy, so that is going to take extra time to dry. Also, these windows are filthy. I don't know if it's on the inside or outside, so I have to remember before we put the cockpit in to clean those all up. But first port of call now. In fact, I was going to say, shall I clean the windows first? Yeah, I'll clean the windows, and then we'll get the line tape out, and let's see if we can give these windows a surround and tidy that back one up. I'm gonna have to take my time with that. I think if I can get that bit right, the car's gonna look way better. And also on the manual, I'm just looking at it now as we speak, this little cutout, it says you have, it's funny because the moulding itself, it says you do this line black, but that goes all the way across in black, and there's no cut line, you know what I mean, there's no mould line there to do that. So I think I'll just check a few Google pictures to see if that's what everyone else has done, but it's dead easy to do. It's just line tape, and it'll give it some extra detail. Anyway, yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so that's the front windscreen done with the line tape, and yeah, it looks pretty good. I've tried to do it continuously, so the edges are not fantastic, but I'll do a little bit more work on them. But I think you get the idea. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. So anyway, I'll bat on now and get it all well, line tape wise. I'll get the two side windows done. In fact, I've got to do the rears as well, haven't I? Or maybe, yeah, I'm gonna have to tidy the rears up. Anyway, I'll just crack on. Right, the end is in sight. So that's all the line tape on. So obviously back windows, that step is supposed to be there, that's not me. I put those lines on the front. Obviously I had to cover, it had something underneath it. That might be a tad too thick, but obviously it can come off dead easy. So windscreens, side windows, and we put it on the back, and it's tidied that back end up nicely. So, that's actually that finished now. Now we've just got to put the bits and pieces back in. Oh, no. We've got the lights. Right, next job, take the masking out. Oh, God, I'm dreading this. I'm almost to the finishing line on this, and if I pull them off, and it's a mess. Anyway, so we've got to masking to take out, fit the lights, fit the cockpit, which involves the two lights, put the exhaust back on, and wing mirrors. Right, let's crack on. My decal masking worked. It worked really well, actually. I'm very surprised because it wasn't sealed that well, or I didn't think it was. But yeah, that's worked. Right, let's crack on. Right, that's it finished. And I'm just so glad. It was horrendous from start to finish. So, since you last seen it, the lights are in, cockpit's in, wing mirrors are on, rear lights are on. The only thing I haven't touched are these two bits of the moulding, which should be black. But they're pretty shot, to be honest. So, yeah, it might be something I just paint on the out. Well, I'll have to paint it on the outside in the future. But they're a little bit fragile and they're cracking, so I don't really want to put too much pressure on. Exhausts are on. Can't really see them, but yeah, they look cool. The red lights look good. I think it looks pretty decent, doesn't it? Considering. Right, let's get it on the car. And there we have it. Oh, wow. Looks alright. Looks alright considering. It looks really different now. I'm that used to seeing it with its transparent shell on. It looks way different. But yeah, I like it. Right, so that's its front view. Strange car, isn't it? With this big, it's got two bumpers on. One's wedged right under the body shell, really putting stress on that front end, and then you got this big one. Now I've got the front end pushed down quite low. It should be kind of sat there, but I've never been a lover of its stance. I know it's a rally car or a Para-Dakar car, but anyway, let's have a look at it from the back. Definitely not its best angle. Remember, obviously I didn't take the wing off. So I couldn't get in to do those details. I think all in all, it doesn't look bad. Yeah, it looks alright. And then from the side, it's just a shame the light's flickering, so you can't see the driver properly, or the drivers. But yeah, right, I'm going to go get my other Rothmans, because this is a little bit I've been waiting for a long time. Boom! Now that is something I've wanted to do for a long time. I remember, if you follow this channel, you'll know I copied this from Bel Habib. Shout out to Bel, who just did this, and I just saw it and I thought I have to do that. But obviously, when I got the 959, I was like, if we can get these two cars together, they're really going to sort of work off each other. And how good does that look? From a different angle, if you've not seen that GT1 Rothmans. Beautiful, but to see those both together is just amazing. Look at that. Yeah, we happy. We're very happy. Them two just look fantastic. And she's done. And sorry to repeat myself and that, but didn't enjoy it one bit. I found it very difficult, and right now this is my first 959 shell and it'll be my last. Even working on a reproduction one, now I understand all the silly angles and how you've got to mask it. This is one for a professional painter or someone who uses liquid mask, you know. Straightforward old-fashioned masking tape just doesn't cut it with this car. And also I've been put off because it is a vintage body shell, and as I say, every time I was touching it I could hear it bending and cracking and stuff, so it was very off-putting. So I don't think it's as good as it could have been. I could probably have done it better, but I'm reasonably happy with it, I've got to say. yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, to be honest. There's little marks and dinks all over it that shouldn't be there, but yeah, I mean, maybe if I got hold of another set of original decals, I would never change these for reproduction. But if I got hold of, an original set, then that would allow me to take the wing off and really concentrate and see what's going on under there and fix it. Paint the front. The front of the wing should be matching white. The back of it should be blue. So it's stuff like that. But and I'm not happy. I don't know if I'm happy with those lines on the bonnet either. I think they're a tad too thick. But it's better me trying it like that than doing a paint pen and then having to take it off. So yeah, that's the Porsche 959 finished. I am planning to run this again. I was gonna say obviously get it sort of sliding around in the snow, but I don't think the cold temperatures will be very good for this plastic. So we might have to leave it until next year once it warms up and then get it on the gravel sliding around and stuff, because you don't see many of these running, and you definitely don't see many of them kicking up dirt and sliding around like my running videos. So yeah, that could be pretty cool indeed. So I've no idea how long this video's been. I apologise, it's been a bit of a bodge, to be honest, and I'm not proud of myself. I've cut a lot of corners on this one, but as I say, it goes in my collection and it looks great. So, guys and girls, thanks so much for watching, it's really appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing to support us, and if you do that, smash that notification bell for our weekly videos. And I know, and as always, happy arseeing.